we run a separate 400 after the 200?
Yeah.
So 200s are going to be at 3:40. So what time did you want the 400 to go?
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a technical difficulty there, but we are away flying again.
What time do you want to do Almos's 400?
Straight after 200.
So 3:40?
So 3:40, 3:45, so like 3:55?
Did you want to combine the
Or
girls?
go 4 o'clock? No, just want to separate.
Got a few more races there. We can see again the discus over in the back.
3:45.
Far right corner of your screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Amos.
Walking into the circle, we have the Olympic Harrier athlete, another right-handed thrower. Oh, unfortunate throw there, just hitting the cage on the exit point. I haven't thrown much, but that must be an unfortunate feeling. All the work that goes into practice, all the training. But at least you've got the second throw or more throws. So that athlete was Jennifer Ferguson. Now in the circle we have Teresa Bartlett, the local Wairarapa athlete. She just throws nice out of the cage. Looks like a left-handed throw there to me. Gets the white flag. Happy throw. Can never be disappointed with a white flag. From what I've seen, all these athletes, apart from Teresa, has a clean slate so far of white throws. We can see Connor Sharkey cleaning his disc, getting ready for his throw now. His goal will be to get over that 40-metre mark. He's got over it before, but this year it has just eluded him with a season best of 39.63. But we are still in the very early stages of this season. He's making sure everything's perfect. The disc, the temperature regulation on the disc will ensure that the hands do not get burnt. Whether or not a too hot disc will help the release factor on letting go. We can see Sharky there, nice two-spin approach, and is off. He watches it fly. Now the white flag there for Connor again. He's walking out of that circle. Next we have the athlete in grey, who might be Troy Wildrome, the athlete from Upper Hutt, or Lower Hutt, my apologies. Just getting ready for his throw. He'll be looking at the wind, seeing when it's at its best. From my experience, discus throwers love a nice headwind to help add some vertical lift off the disc. He'll be waiting for the right moment. Looks like the officials are now done after measuring Connor's throw. Troy's got a personal best of 46.68. Walking into the circle, here's another right-handed of our throwers. He gets over the shoulder, a nice shoulder rotation, and off. A lot of power with a one-leg balance to push off. We see Michael Detroit there give him the green flag. Sorry, give him the white flag. They've now received it, and they're off. Now we have the Athletics Wairarapa thrower walk into the circle. He's walking into the circle. We now have our Wairarapa athlete. Let's give you a bit of a talk on the background of these athletes. These athletes come from all over the Lower North Island to compete at this meet here today. We've seen athletes competing from as far abroad as Hamilton, with Xavier there in the men's 400 metre.
It must be that black unit there. Must be this unit there.
We can see there are a few athletes getting ready for the 200 metre start.
Okay, Mark, Andrea,
In
we're
the
ready
circle,
for
just a
start
little bit
on
more
these
measuring.
200 metre runners.
We've got the okay for these 200 metre races. Looking at the start lists, let's give you a full breakdown. Looking at the race. We'll start by talking through the women's 200 metre. We have got Orla Gary in lane 3, Kaya Kinney in lane 4, Amelia Trook in lane 5. These have been some busy athletes today, competing in the 100, the 400, and now the 200. And the gun is off. And I'm sorry about a picture is frozen, but we have got Kia Kinney coming out of the blocks. She has got an absolute stormer down with 60 metres to go, closing down on 50 metres to go. She is powering with the arms. She has got the face blowing. She is blowing the air in front of her. She was an absolute storming. We've now got Amelia coming up behind with nice high knee lift. We can see there 28.56 for Kaya with a 0.3 wind. We have got Orla. Must be a hot day out there for Orla in the long sleeve black top. I'm sorry about the picture. We have frozen up.
Something's frozen on the screen. Yeah, there's a red dot.
We're just walking through a few difficulties here, but again, what a wonderful run there by Kaya, running a 28.56 with that always helpful positive 0.3 tailwind. She's had a busy day here at the office. She'll be able to return to school tomorrow a sore but satisfied runner. What's up, everybody? We can see me and Mark, a bit of watching of the athletics track. And we are back with pictures. We can see some javelin throwers getting ready, warming up. We are away, ready for this, getting ready for the men's 200 metre. We apologise for the lack of images there in the women's 200, but we hope that the quality that these boys give in the men's 200 will make up.
We're ready for start in this next one.
Going through the start lists. I'm going to change back to the other screen. Going through the start list, unfortunately, Hugo Jones is a DNS. So going through in lane 4, we have Matthew Rogers coming off the win in the men's 100. We have Sarah V. Sauce, the Wellington Harriers athlete in lane 5, with Leon Rogers in lane 6. Again, it is a Wellington Harriers versus Wairarapa track and field duo. The battle for the win for the two clubs. Who will reign club supremacy in the men's track? And the race is off. We can see there that Leon Rogers is out of the blocks sharp, but his brother Matthew Rogers is not giving it his way. Sari is trying to keep up. We have got Matthew Rogers coming off the bend in the lead, with Leon Rogers not a step too fast, but Sari is not out of this race. Matthew Rogers is giving it his arms. The hair is shaking. The half tights are fast. And it looks like it is Matthew Rogers taking out the race. About 3 steps in front of his younger brother. A time there of 22.69 for Matthew Rogers, with the always positive 1.4 tailwind today, with Leon Rogers just under half a second behind with 23.17, and then 0.3 behind in 23.47 with Sarah V. Sauce. Good running there by these 3 gentlemen. Good time there by Matthew Rogers. He'll be happy with today's work. A nice personal best in the men's 100, closely followed by, just 30 minutes after, by a sub 22.7 in the men's 200 metre. So some quality events there. Now looking back, we can watch the athletes getting ready for the men's javelin throw. Bit of action there in the discus as well.
Look, I think the first 100 was really strong. It's on video. We've got it on video. So you've got to watch it from a screen point of view. So we've got to put the links back up again. But does it cut out partway through?
We can see there a bit of shot put happening. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Bit of discus. It looks like our competition is just wrapping up. So we will try to have the results with you very shortly. As my understanding, we are having a special 400 metre soon for our athlete Amos Fountain will be making a run in this men's 400 metre shortly. He'll be looking forward. It'll be a solo effort for him, but with a 56.64 personal best, he'll be hoping to screech around this track. But in the meantime, we can see some athletes getting ready for the men's javelin throw. The athletes will be getting ready. You can see the officials moving over to the javelin. The discus is completed, but the day is not done for these athletes. They have still got a bit of effort to do. Moving over to the javelin. Let's talk you through our fields. Starting with the Masters Women's Javelin, we have Teresa Bartlett and Jennifer Ferguson. 2 athletes have just competed in the discus. In the under 16 girls, we have Ryan Melbourne and Samantha Harville from Kapiti Mana and Palmerston North Athletic Club, respectively. In the men's under 18, we have Aaron Keeney from Upper Hutt Athletics Club. In the men's open javelin, we have Alex Ritchie, the 26-year-old from Palmerston North Athletics Club. Those are the 6 athletes that will be entering the battlefield of the javelin runway today. You can see there that on your screen, Aaron Keeney, the Upper Hutt Athletics Club athlete, just practicing his throw, working on that pull through to release. Bit of practice there for our Masters athlete out of Olympic Harrier Jennifer Ferguson. My apologies. So just one more race left on the track today. We have got the makeup 400 metre. I wonder if any athletes will decide to jump in this race as well. Got some javelin results here.
Yeah, I just realised that we just
bit there. I've now got the discus results, so I'll talk you through those. In the under 18 men's 1.5 kg, we had Troy Wilburn as well as Lockie McCurdy from Wairarapa. That event was taken out by Troy, throwing a 43.69 there. I'll just have to double check now if that was a personal best for Troy or not. In the under 18 men's discus throw, that throw by Troy was just under 3 meters off his personal best. So it showed, but a season best there for Troy. So it shows he's in cracker form. The other under 18 athlete there we weren't sure of was Lachlan McCurdy, throwing 31.87 meters to finish second in that. And now in the men's under 16 discus throw, it was taken out by Cade Waldrum. We're still streaming. That event was taken out by Cade Waldrum, throwing 40.55 meters, and then just a neck behind, throwing 39.69 meters, was Connor Sharkey, who we saw on screen a few times. And then for Connor, it was a mighty 6 centimeter season best. So he did look pretty satisfied coming out of the circle there a few times, and we now know why. He achieved that throw, and not just in the second round, and then came close in the third round, throwing a 39.22. But the one throw from Cade in round 3, he was pass, throw out his mighty 40.55, and then pass the rest of the competition. So he was a one and done winner. And then now on the women's masters. But in the meantime, we're going to cut to our makeup men's 400 meter, where we had the class athlete Amos Fountain with a PB of 56.64 meters. Will be attempting to go, and the gun is off, and Amos is out of the blocks. He will just be coming around the opening bend with the only athlete in the race. It'll be difficult for him to pace, but all his training will put him in a good situation to pace. We can just see him about 150 meters into the race now. Striding away, he is just coming up to the 200 meter mark. He's got the singlet, got the half tights tucked in. He means business. The arm drive is fast. He looks like a distance runner, got the cadence, got the turnover. Knee drive is low, but the heart is there. He's coming into the home straight, just straightening out now. He's into the final steps. He looks like the lactate is burning. The hair is shaking as well. He is working towards the line. He's got the classic Tramo Culligan half tights on. The Wellington Olympic runner. He has got the lactator through the roof. You will not want a lactate threshold test in that. Coming across in just under 60 seconds there. 58.81. That lactate meter that's reading an error. That well and truly over 20 millimoles per litre. Or whatever the unit is. It's high.
20's high.
It's no lactate threshold 2.4 for a distance runner. So the time there, 58.81 by Amos. Amos Fountain from Wellington Harriers Athletics. Going back to these results before, in the Masters Women's Discus, the event was taken out by Teresa Bartlett with the 1 kg weight, throwing 19.49 meters. And then Jennifer Ferguson throwing 17.43 meters. Let's go look at what these women's personal and season bests are. From my looks, it is just 5 centimeters short of a season best by Teresa there. Nice series there by Teresa though, and with a 17.49 in the first round, a 17.75 in the second round, an 5-4 in the third round to have the best of the first three. And then throwing her bomb in attempt 5 of the 19.94 metres, ever so close to that big 20-metre barrier, which she's yet to hit this season. And then for Jennifer, she had the 17.43 in round 3, with a 17.1 in round 4, the two highlights of her competition. And now looking at the men's and women's javelin throw, we can see the officials briefing the athletes. Be a nervous pit down there at the beginning of this competition. Talking through the fields again. In the Masters women's javelin, we have Teresa Bartlett and Jennifer Ferguson again. In the under 16 javelin, we have Ryan Milburn and Samantha Haville. In the men's under 18 javelin, we have Aaron Keeney. And in the men's senior javelin, Alex Ritchie. We can see there Teresa just have her first practice throw, warming up for this competition. The athlete out of Athletics Wairarapa. We can see there a little bit more practice in this women's javelin. Their competition, I've just heard, has just started. So now we see Jennifer Ferguson with a big throw. Oh no, I'm mistaken. This must be a practice. She walks out the front. Here we go. Now we have one of our under 16 javelin throwers. I'm guessing this is Ryan Milburn with the dark singlet from Kapirimana. She has a personal best of 12 metres and 11 centimetres. She'll be hoping to get close to that today. Sorry, I'm mistaken. That's her season best. She has a personal best of 14 metres 36. So she'll be hoping to get near that with New Zealand Secondary School Athletics Champs just 3 weeks away. We can see in the back there we have Connor Sharkey, who must be a late entry to this men's javelin competition. We saw him before in the men's discus throw. We have the second young upper hut athlete in the men's javelin throw with Aaron Keeney, who has the personal best of 36.39 and a season best of 35.34. And then we see a massive throw by Aaron. Nice landing on the tip. Good angle that looks like about a 30-degree angle tip by Aaron, leaving no energy to loss in the landing point. Now we can see our sole senior athlete Alex Ritchie out of Palmerston North, the 52.77 thrower, who has broken the 50-metre barrier this season already, throwing a 50.69. We can see him. He's on the run-up. He's using on the angle. And nice takeoff. You can see the javelin almost getting above the top of the screen. A lot more of a flat landing angle there by Alex. We can see Charles retrieving the javelin. Just getting a bit of hydration for me there on the hot, sunny, beautiful Masterton day. You can see the second throw by Teresa. It looks like we are still in the practice stages of this competition, with all the athletes giving a practice throw. We can now see Jennifer attempting a run-up. Jennifer makes a run-up, the throw. Going back, we can see in our under 20 competition, this looks like now the Kapiti-Mana athlete Ryan Milburn. Good throw there. The season best of 12.11 meters. Another practice throw there, so I am assuming that we are almost ending the practice throws and into the real competition here. We can see Connor Sharkey lining up for a throw, another right-handed throwers. It's been a common pattern today throughout all our throwers. A lot of right-handeds, not many like knee lefties. Again, Connor with absolute master precision in that landing angle. Just getting the tip into the ground, holding it strong. And now his counterpart club member, his arch nemesis, Aaron, lining up, getting ready. Bit of extension there on the shoulder. Bit of swinging in the left arm to generate momentum. And again, that looks like ever so slightly just further than what Connor was able to throw in his previous practice. I can put this time away now. There we go. Don't need the clock up anymore. Just for these throwers out here doing their thing. You can see a few more athletes getting ready. This looks like the start of the competition. You can see the flag getting ready. The thumbs have gone up. We now have Teresa lining up for the competition. The very start. You can see the tape out. Everything's ready to go. We're getting ready here. Someone's walking past, but we're ready for this competition.
Can you scroll to the high jump? They're at 180 or something.
We're going to be taking you to the high jump where the bar is at a whopping 1.80 m. There is 3 left in this competition. Now this is a quality high jump. I'm going to talk you through these high jump fields now. In the women's high jump, we have 3 athletes. We have Clara Andrews, a personal best of 152. Ruby Turiali from Upper Hutt, a personal best of 170. Keely Courier Fisk, a personal best of 1.40 m. In the men's high jump, we have got Milo Guthrie Tiel with a personal best of 1.91 m. We have got Montgomery Fairbrother with a personal best of 1.73. And I have been told we have got 3 in the competition with the bar at 1.80 m. So that means that there is definitely at least one personal best. There is at least 2 personal bests already in this competition. My assumptions is that it will be Monty Fairbrother who will be attempting the 1.80 m, as well as Ruby Turali. The 15-year-old Ruby Turali will be getting ready for New Zealand secondary schools happening in Hastings early December, just 3 weekends away. She'll be competing there in the junior women's high jump, and she might even be in a few other competitions. I can say the same for our other athletes, our Milo and our Monty. They'll be preparing for the same competition. Just 3 weeks away. We can see there Connor Sharkey doing another throw. Quite a high release angle there by him. They have the tape out, measuring these throws. We've just lost our camera. I apologise for that. I'm going to figure out what has just dropped off. We're back. Oh, we're looking at a wonderful picture there. I am not sure what are we looking at. We're looking at the back. It's the adventure of Masterton. We are looking at the back. We are looking at some clouds, looking at some sky. We'll just be lining you up. We'll be getting you a nice picture of the women's high jump. And there we go. We're just looking at the women's high jump. You can see the scoreboard there as well. We've got 3 athletes left in the competition. The bar looks like it's just over Monty's head. My assumption there that Monty was in the competition is correct. This might even be 183 now. Going over there, we can see that Liam Rogers just packing up his bag after a successful day, claiming second in the men's 100 and the men's 200 metre. You can see the scoreboard there in action today, which has all the results. The clocks. We can see there that the upper hut athlete has just hit the bar. That athlete is the Milo. Guthrie Thial. Then we can have another cracked by Milo. You can watch the wonderful Mark Harris there picking up the pigtails, clearing out the area. But there in the high jump we can see the bar being now put on again. I will check if my start lists are correct, but we have 2 upper hut athletes, so I must be missing at least 1 athlete. You can see there on the clock the result from our last 400 metre there. Bit of moving there. I'm getting my hydration. We're getting excited for this high jump competition. We see one of the upper hut athletes make a crack, and he is over the bar. What a wonderful jump. A nice flick. A bit of a bend, and it's a successful jump there. This looks like it could even be a 183 height. We'll have the second upper hut athlete lining up, take off, a nice right foot takeoff, and he's over the bar as well. We have had 2 in a row. This competition is now getting exciting. The bar will be now increasing if everyone in the competition has successfully passed it. Good day out for the Upper Hut Athletics Club. We're now checking the heights of the bar, making sure both ends are at the same height. It's always important in the high jump to have both sides of the bar at an even angle. And the way it is measured is both sides will be measured for the height, and then the middle as well has to be higher than the said height. And you're allowed a certain flex in the bar, about 2 or 3 centimeters. We've heard it might be going up to 187 now, the bar in this men's high jump competition, with the 2 upper hut athletes left. There were 3 at 180, and then 1 is out. We're trying to see, it looks like Monty Fairweather is now out of the competition as well. It is back, the 2 club mates. Good for the team's competition here at this Masterton Summer Series number 1. We saw wire up a track and field. Oh, and it is just the second half of the body there by the upper hut athlete. The tail end of the hamstrings and the upper calves. Just having a bit of contact as the body goes over this bar. We can see the second upper hut athlete now. Bit of a sharper takeoff angle. And he is successfully over the bar. Bit of a second rotation there. He is over 187 meters now. Good day out jumping for these two boys. These boys will be hoping to go much higher. We know that at least one of the boys have a personal best of 1 meter 91 in the high jump. So at 187 the bar, that is a light work for these boys. But from the data I'm seeing, it is the first competition. And again, wonderful height there by Milo. Just absolute class of the jump. Looks like at least 3 to 4 centimeters over. We're now going up to 189. I was mistaken. That was a 186 these boys have just cleared. We're now 1 meter 89 centimeters. Just 2 centimeters short of Milo personal best. And again, I am sorry, I don't know the other upper hut athlete. So these two boys are having a rest. We're ensuring that the bar is at the correct height. Again, since these boys passed it on their first and second attempts, we got to remeasure and move the bar up. And like I say, let's do it again. Bit of hydration there is important for these athletes. Making sure they have the fluids necessary. Upper hut. These may be some of the few upper hut athletes we have at the meet today, but they have definitely come out in class. You can see Mark Harris continuing to pick up some ponytails around the clock. These athletes are on the run up. The takeoff is ready. A nice left foot takeoff there. Oh, and just the rear side of our athlete clipped the bar. Bit of frustration there, but this is his first failure at the 189 height. He's still got 2 more attempts to come. He's got good rest between with his club mate about to jump shortly, which means he does not have to jump back to back, giving him a minute's more valuable rest. And we can see there his club mate also just tapping the bar on the way up. Bit of an unfortunate series there. He'll be a bit disappointed with that jump, but again, he's got 2 more attempts to go. We can see there a bit of the javelin, bit of the action in the men's and women's and masters javelin. We can see again the Teresa athlete. Sorry, Jennifer. We've got Jennifer now on the runway. She's another right-handed thrower on the run up. The big step. Oh, and the rotation of the round on the right shoulder. Wonderful release. Gets that javelin into the ground, and we're back at the high jump. We can see the bar is still at the 1 meter 89 barrier. Oh, and a wonderful clearance there by our upper hut athlete. Flies over, just over the barrier there. You can see the joy in the face. The bar, 1 upper hut athlete's over, now 1 to go. We're now at the point we're making sure all our T's are crossed, our I's are dotted. You can see the wonderful blue Masterton track. I was mistaken. We are now moving the bar up to 195. Those boys just cleared 192, which must be a PB for at least one of them. Must be a PB for at least... My stylus is just loading. For at least Milo there. Milo Guthrie Thial. So a bit of ball sports there in the background on the track. The bar is now at 195. Let's see if these boys can dream. Get to the magical 2 meters. Again, making sure both sides are satisfied. We're happy. Both sides are happy. And we're away, ready to jump now in this competition. With the bar at 1.95 meters. Be a nervous time for the non-jumping athlete. You can see Monty giving tips and tricks. We can see it's up. A nice right foot takeoff, and he is over the bar. A 1.95 clearance by our first upper hut athlete. Now, just 5 centimeters away from the magical 2-meter barrier. We can now see the second upper hut athlete will be attempting his run up, making sure the wind is correct. We can just hear it outside starting to slowly pick up. He'll be waiting for the timing, waiting for the takeoff, and we can see him there jumping, and he's just hit it in the second half of the jump. He was clear on the up, clear on the over, but had it on the way down. He'll have a shorter rest now with no other athletes in the competition. Still to jump at this height of 1.95 meters. We can see there again another attempt at 1.95, and it is just a hit. Very close there by our second athlete. Good jumping there by our athletes. But here, this is coming up to his third and final attempt for our athlete. He is coming up now. Not far to go. We're in the closing ends of this men's high jump with just 2 athletes left in the competition. He has given his third crack attempt. And he just clips the bar at the peak angle of it. We're now down to 1 athlete. We're just getting word on what height our bar has gone up to. I would assume we'd go up to 1. Well, we've gone to 2 meters. The bar is now at 2 meters for these athletes. He is attempting the magical 2-meter barrier with him being the only athlete in the competition. With him being the only athlete in the competition, he gets a longer rest between. 2 meters is always a barrier that every high jumper strives for. If he can make it, it'll be a monumental day for himself. This is where the nerves, all the training comes in. Can he produce today what he has never produced before? Let's see if it's here. We'll get him over. He'll have a bit of time now, as he's the only one left in the competition, about 3 minutes to prepare and get ready for this jump. So there we are, we're almost ready for us. His first attempt at 2 meters. And he just hits it on the way up. but that is expected when attempting a first ever attempt at the 2 metre barrier. He's still got 2 jumps to go in this competition. Plenty of time left to test out what he can, to experiment. He's got nothing to lose now in this event. We can see athletes in the back preparing, getting ready, seeing if they're getting excited for this event. So 1 attempt down, 2 more meters to go. Oh, and he gets the 2 meter jump. He will be absolutely over the moon with that attempt. Let's see if he will carry on, or he will call it a day there. Will he move the bar up to an even higher amount, or will he keep it as is? Let's find out what is next. He looks pretty over the moon at this point of the stage in this competition. I could absolutely see him calling it a day there, and just packing up and going home. The bar is taken down. We think that is a competition for the day. And none of us here blame him. It's a massive achievement. To get the 2 meter barrier for the very first time. It'll be a day he'll remember for a good amount of time. The day he first jumped over 2 meters. We can now see the men's discus throw. So wonderful jumping there by the local athlete, by the Upper Hutt athlete. Nice early season the jump there by the athlete. We're now looking back at the men's and women's javelin throw. Now got the full results there for this men's and women's high jump. I will be talking you through the results as they have now come in. In the men's high jump, just understanding how this is read. And it was Milo Guthrie Teal that took out the win with a clear score sheet from 171 to 183. We've just lost picture there. I'm going to try to figure out what has just happened. We've just lost all picture, but I will continue to read out these results. We can cut it now, should we? We'll just quickly read out. Denny cleared 186, 189, 192, all on the second attempt, and then a first attempt clearance of 195, and then second attempt clearance of 2 meters. We also had Monty Fairweather with a first attempt of 155 and 160, and then a second attempt pass of 165. We also had Cade Wildrum, was the other Lower Hutt, was another athlete in the competition, who had the best jump of 1 meter 65 as well. We also had athlete Leon, who cleared a 1 meter and 77. So all round good jumping. And then on the women's side, we had Claire Andrews jump a 145 with the third attempt clearance. And then Ruby Turali with a 165 on a third attempt appearance. And then Kelly Courier Frisk with a best of 145 with the first round clearance. Still got the javelin ongoing, but from us here, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you again next Saturday in Masterton as well for the third round of the Masterton of the Central League Regional League Teams competition. Thank you very much.